I've just recorded the intro and the astrological report and forgot to connect my sound. These are the lessons that we have. Okay. Hello and welcome to Live in the Solution. I am your astrologer and tarot card reader, Mary Trimble, here with your readings for September the 23rd through September the 29th. So welcome. If you are new, thank you for tuning in, and I do hope you like these readings and that you'll return. And if you are returning, thank you guys. I really appreciate you. Thank you for supporting my channel. These readings are for the collective. So take what resonates and leave the rest, because sometimes they can be specifics when spirit wants to connect with someone in particular. So, come back later in the week and rewatch it, because it might make more sense to you then. I get a lot of emails telling me that at first they didn't get it, and then somehow they watched it again and it made perfect sense for them. Now, if you would like a personal private reading, click on this link or go to my website. You can see what kind of readings I offer. I live to give readings. I love it. I often go over time because I get so into it. Now, I have a Facebook group, and this Facebook group is so much fun. I do a live feed within the group every 2 weeks, and they correlate with either the new moon or the full moon. And so we look at charts and we see where it falls in your charts, and then we I have the tarot card reading, the tarot cards with me, and I answer questions. So we have a lot of fun there. It's a private group, so you have to ask to be to join, and it is Live in the Solution Astrology. But the link will be below. Everything will be in the show more section below. All the links to the other videos, the Facebook group, my website, everything. If you're looking on a phone, it's a little triangle that's pointing down. Click on that and that will take you to all the links. Now, another way to support me, guys, is through Patreon, and the link to that will be here, or the link will be below too. I post things on Patreon that I don't post anywhere else, so check that out. Now, lastly, these readings come in 3 sections: the intro, which is this, the astrological report, and the tarot card reading. And there will be skip times listed below to get to, especially if you're checking out your sun, moon, and rising, so you don't have to rewatch the intro or the astrology report. And if you're not into the astrology, you can go straight to the tarot. If you're not into the tarot, you can do the blah, blah, blah. Anyway, thank you. And without further ado, let's go to the astrology report, shall we? Hello and welcome to the astrology section of your reading for September the 23rd through September the 29th. This is the second time I'm doing this. Bear with me. I didn't have the mic on before. Anyway, so on the 23rd, let me see, that's Monday. Yes, the 23rd is Monday. On Monday, the 23rd of September, we have the fall or autumn equinox. And that's here in the northern hemisphere. If you're in the southern hemisphere, it's the spring or vernal equinox. Vernal stands for youthful and fresh, just like me, darling. And that's in the southern hemisphere. So it's the first day of spring or autumn. Now, and that is, listen, in the equinox, the sun is directly over the equator, right? So all around the globe, daylight and night, the night darkness are equal. It's completely equal all around the globe. Now, on the 24th, on Tuesday the 24th, Mercury's in a beautiful relationship with Jupiter. This is a fabulous day for networking and connecting with business associates. It's a great time to look. The whole emphasis is on communication. You could you will charm anyone that crosses your path. And it's a really good time to launch a social media campaign or an email campaign, anything to get your wares, whatever you're selling, your product, your service, or whatever it is for you, get it out there. This is a wonderful time to get whatever it is that you're selling out there. Now, September the 28th is a huge super new moon, and it's because the moon is very close to the earth, and so it appears huge in the sky. Now, the new moon, of course, new moons are all about intentions. What am I going to start now that I can complete soon? What is it? Great time to start, start a business, a project. But this is all about relationships. Libra is about relationships. And whether it's romantic, work relationships, friendships, family, or relationships with ourselves. Now, on the same day, Venus, which is the ruling planet of Libra, is also in Libra and is in a beautiful relationship with Jupiter. Jupiter's abundance, bigger, better, more. So this is all about harmony. It's all about fairness. It's all about balance. And this is an incredible time to go out and socialize, have a good time, connect with people. Now, what I will say is that at the same time that this new moon is happening, the sun and, first of all, we've got 4 planets in Libra, right? It's what we call in astrology a stellium of planets. So there's a lot of focus on relationships. But not only that, we have Chiron opposite this new moon, and Chiron is in Aries, and it's about Chiron's the wounded healer, right? So we need to kind of look at where we can heal our relationship with ourselves. How can we love ourselves more? How can we heal relationships that haven't been doing so well? Can we heal them? Do we need to let them go? So we really have to kind of look at these honestly. Look, Libra is about fairness. It's about balance. It's about logic, right? So we need to look at things logically, not emotionally. So when we're looking back at how we've been in relationships and behaviors that don't work, we must not beat ourselves up about it. Don't go down the rabbit hole. Look at it dispassionately, if you will, logically, and say, okay, that didn't work. What can I change about that? What can I own? What can I move on from? And what can I be aware of going forward? This is self-awareness, because we've got Saturn at play, right? Saturn is just slowed down and is going forward, but very, very slowly. So the energies of Saturn has been amplified. And that Saturn is about the Lord of Time. So it's very slow. Things won't happen perhaps as fast as we wish them to. And Saturn's the planet of lessons. So we need to look, this is a really important thing. We need to address anything that we've had on the back burner. We've been in Virgo. Virgo's about clearing things out and organizing, right? Crossing T's, dotting I's. And then we come into Libra, and it's time to start some action, to get things together, start doing things. So look at where you have procrastinated in your life. How is that going to make you feel when you start doing it? It's going to make you feel empowered. Now, Libra is about fairness. It's about balance. It's about relationships. It's about logic. And as I said, we have 4 planets in Libra. We have Venus and Mercury, and they do very well in Libra. I mean, Venus is the ruling planet of Libra, so it's come home. There's an appreciation for music, art, poetry. Venus is very sophisticated and fine in Libra. And Mercury is about communication. So there's this wonderful, and Mercury's next to Venus, so there's this wonderful harmonizing way of communicating and connecting with people. And the sun and moon, of course, have just joined Libra. This is a perfect time to socialize and make new connections. Now, what I want to mention is we need to get things done, right, in Libra, because we have Virgo, Libra, and Sagittarius. Those three zodiac signs are kind of in fall, ready for the winter. It's like that kind of energy, of action energy, right? Because in this time, back in the day, we would be harvesting, we would be smoking meat, we would be pickling vegetables, we'd be getting ready for the winter, right? For the hibernation of winter where we can't grow anything. So we have to make sure that we have all our stockpiles in place to get us through the winter. Our lives depended on it. So this was a very active time. And even in the southern hemisphere with spring, you're planting, you're tending to the animals. Animals are being born. I mean, it was a busy time preparing for the fall, for the harvest, so it's work. These are active times, spring and fall, very action oriented. So we need to get off our bums and get to work. We need to address anything that we have been procrastinating. Now, I will say that both the spring and the fall are about preparation, right? Spring cleaning and then falling, taking action of getting everything together for the winter, right? In the fall. Now, I'd be remiss if I did not mention Pluto. Pluto is also slowing down and will station direct on the 2nd or 3rd of October, depending on where you are on the planet. Now, Pluto, so the energies of Pluto, we've been feeling them. We've been seeing the change. We've been seeing the transformation of governments, right? Pluto digs deep, right? And dredges up all the dirt to bring out into the light. So we are seeing stuff like, look at what's coming up. Look at what's been coming up for the last couple of years and what we're really seeing with, leaders around the world. They can't hide. We're seeing their corruption. We're seeing their abuse of power. And we're seeing seeing them, and we'll be seeing behind the scenes. We're literally seeing behind the scenes. So we're seeing also people who are in the shadows, right? We're seeing that. So all this dirt that's been hiding is being dredged up. It's a time of karma. Leaders are being exposed, and in this digital age, it's harder for them to get away with nefarious behavior. People around the world are becoming empowered through protests. It is happening on a huge scale. Hong Kong, Venezuela, France, UK, the US, and many other countries. The social media platforms like Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and others make information available to us faster than ever before. So you can't kind of hide anything. You can't sweep something under the carpet. It's just not possible. Listen, I don't know if any of you saw the strike for the climate crisis. I'm going to say it's a climate crisis that we're in. And there were billions of people around the world protesting Fridays, right? For going on strike on Fridays. It was massive, such a massive event that could not have happened without social media, really. It couldn't have been organized on such a large scale. All around the globe. Hopefully leaders will really hear, but it's not. Anyway, I'm not going to get into that's political. But anyway, I say all of this to say that if you have anything festering in the crevices of your life, you need to bring it up and deal with it. this is what happens. Sometimes what immobilizes us is the thought of having to deal with it and what we've got to do and how it's going to play out. Don't think about how it's going to play out, because then you won't do it. Just do one little thing towards it. You know, if it's like you've got to do paperwork or taxes or whatever it is that you've got to take care of, or bills, or, you know, dealing with someone that you've been meaning to deal with. I had a whole list today and I got it done. This is very karmic, because if you don't get it done, it's going to really bite you. You know, it's going to come up and it's going to glaringly, and then you'll realize you will be held accountable for what you haven't done. So taking this action will empower you. Right? It'll make you feel powerful, and you'll be working with the energies, or astrological energies, that are available to you. So, you know, it's important to just, you know, look under the carpet where you swept stuff up. Anything that's festering in the crevices of your life, get it out. Start taking action. I can't tell you how important it is to take action right now. Don't forget, we are coming to the end of a decade. This is a huge shift in energy. And all the astrologers are talking about this huge event in January when Saturn and Pluto are conjunct. There's so much more going on at the time, but it is major. So that's another story. We'll get into that another day. Anyway, guys, take action. Let's go to your tarot card reading, shall we? Hello, and Cancer, and welcome to the tarot card section of your reading for September the 23rd through September the 29th. It's late at night. I always end up burning the midnight oil doing these readings. Anyway, let's see what's going on for you, shall we? This is for Cancer. Cancer, what wonderful gifts, guidance, blessings, and helpful information can you give Cancer for this coming week? 3 cards for Cancer, please. 3 cards for Cancer. It's 2 more cards for Cancer, please. 2 more cards for Cancer. Did it count? No, didn't. Turned over. 2 more cards for Cancer, please. Oh, 2 more cards for Cancer. 2 more cards for Cancer. Let's see, that's one more card for Cancer. 1 more card for Cancer. 1 more card for Cancer. Oh, the whole table's shaking. 1 more card for Cancer, please. Oh, there it is. There you go. There we are. Oh, dear. I'm a Cancer. Okay, here we go. Things are moving and shaking for us Cancerians right now. Okay. Okay. This is for Cancer. What wonderful gifts, guidance, blessings, and helpful information can you give Cancer for this coming week through these clarifying cards? Please clarify. Oh. Two wanted to come out. That went back in. Let's see what happens. Okay. Very interesting. And, oh, here we go. Okay. Let's go to your card, shall we, Cancer? Okay, the first card out for you is the 6 of Pentacles. And then you have, clarifying that, is the 2 of Swords. Then you have the Devil, Capricorn. And clarifying the Devil is the 5 of Swords. Then you have the Tower. clarifying the Tower is the King of Pentacles. And nobody likes the Tower, darling. So the first card out is the Eight of Pentacles. And the Eight of Pentacles is the Apprentice card. It's about learning everything you can. It's about honing your craft. It's about becoming the master. It's giving the attention and the time and effort, putting that into your craft or your profession or your career. Really focus on that right now. Learn everything you can, become the master. Now, clarifying this is the Two of Swords. And it's interesting because the moon is in this deck of cards, in this swords. She's sitting there and she's got the blindfold on and she's totally crossed and she's not open to looking at the truth in the situation. And it's kind of what is very easy to do right now. This is a time, as I said in the astrological report, it's a time to get up and you've got to kind of take action. It's about working hard, actually. Because when you work hard, you will reap the benefits. Saturn's all about putting the work in. You will get to the finish line, but it's not in your time. It's in divine timing. And perhaps you're not deciding to be full in. There's something that you are procrastinating over, that you're not looking at the situation in reality, in realistic terms. So you are being asked, take off the blindfold, make a decision one way or another. There must be a decision on the table. And I just got, do you want a job, or do you want a job? Do you want a career? Do you want, some of you may have a business and you're thinking about getting a job, that you're vacillating. You're not making the decision on what you need to do right now. There's some things that you need to take care of. You're going to have to kind of look at the situation, learn everything you can about it, and how to proceed forward. You've got to be open to possibilities, and pick a lane. That's what I got. You've got to pick a lane. You're going to have to put all your effort and energy into something, but you've got to choose what it is, Cancer. That's exactly what I'm getting. You're kind of on the fence right now. You're flitting about. You're not committed to one lane or the other. Pick a lane and commit yourself to it. Your procrastination is causing more confusion to you and everyone around you. Now, you have the Devil. The Devil comes in when you are focused too much on the material realm, when you are, so what did somebody say the other day? I think they said something about too much emphasis on what you're getting paid instead of what you're kind of doing. Like when we focus on the money, we miss the mission, right? We don't get the mission. So when you focus on the mission, the money comes. But if you're doing things just for money, you've got to be very careful of that. And this, this is also about wanting, and it's consumerism. Right? So it's about, seeing something, I want that, that's better. Somebody told me about the new iPhone. I was like, oh yeah, I want that. And then I was like, no, I don't need it. I really don't need it. It's just that thing where everybody is like on the same wagon. Oh, you got to get the latest, newest, best, biggest, better. And we don't. This is about really pulling back from consumerism right now. Getting something that if you're going to do something, it's like invest in a course or something that's going to bring you joy and help you grow personally, spiritually. Invest spiritually. But this is a handsome devil too. This is distraction. The devil can be distraction. He can be, too much drinking, the urge or the enticement to kind of overindulge in some form or another. And clarifying it is the Five of Swords. Now, the Five of Swords is about being mean, really. It's about being in a conflict, and just, this is all about relationships, right? So when you get angry, don't personally insult the other person, because that's what you are going to be, what's the word I'm looking for? Enticed or tempted to do. It's like when you're in a relationship and you have an argument and you can't win, and you get emotionally tied into it, and then you end up insulting the other person. Hold back from that. Have an agreement, write an agreement down with your partner and say, let's not insult each other. Let's not go there in an argument. Let's remember to never insult. Don't call each other names. Don't tell each other that you're dumb or you're not intelligent. A name, or it's not too mean. But the thing is to temper your emotions, and don't win an argument by insulting. It's just not a nice way to win it. It really isn't. So sometimes out of frustration, we can go there, we can insult someone. Reminds me of someone did that to me a couple of weeks ago. I won't go into details, but anyway. There's no winning in an argument like that. So look, the Tower is here. So the Tower is number 16. 1 and 6 is 7. Something is going. Something has to go. Whatever it is. Maybe it's an apartment. Maybe it's a job. Maybe it's a person. Maybe it's a behavior. Maybe it's an attitude. Maybe, whatever this is for you, it's going, whether you remove it or not. And the thing to do is to be empowered, and this is when things come, your whole life kind of come. Look, I hate to say it, but this is like life-changing. And the Tower never feels good, because, if you don't make the choice to make the change where you need to make it, if you're not addressing the situation truthfully, then it will be taken no matter what. It's going to be removed. Now, the thing about the Tower is, the Tower is there for a reason. Sometimes you need to clear the decks and bring something new in and rebuild, right? So the Tower's coming down. Life as you know it, a situation is going to change. And there's change for all of us here. This can be a Saturnian lesson, Saturn teaching you something. It feels, like, oh my God, your whole life is turned upside down. Sometimes it can be something very little. But it can be major too. It can be life-changing. So, the thing is when the Tower comes in, it's always for the better. So clarifying it is the King of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles manifests abundance. He loves luxury. He loves, opulence. He loves possessions and riches and gold and all the treasures that life has to offer. He loves that. But he's under no illusion that he has to work hard for it. He knows that abundance and riches and, wealth comes from hard work. Someone's got to do the work. So you could find the King of Pentacles, in the fields with his sleeves rolled up, toiling in the soil, along with his subjects. He has no area in working hard. So what this says is this is going, But guess what? You can really change your life. And if you really work hard, things are going to work out for you. You are going to manifest that wealth. But it's like Saturn. You've got to do the work. Saturn's coming in and saying, listen, it's time to get off your bum and get working, right? You have to work really hard. And through hard work, you will be rewarded with the abundance. So it's not, we can't coast during this time. Coasting is not working. It won't work for us. Saturn's coming in and Saturn's saying, put some elbow grease in there. You're going to get what you want, but you've got to work hard for it. Cancer, thank you so much for tuning in. Please don't forget to like this video, share it with friends, neighbors, family, social media. Help me to get this channel, to grow this channel. Help me to grow this channel. That's what I wanted to say. And comment. I live for every comment. And I welcome feedback. And I always respond. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. Mwah! I love you all. And I'll see you next week.